Good morning and welcome back to the final fabulous segment here on Cityline. As you saw in the wide shot, we have amazing people here in the Comfort Cafe, and then we have people over on the comfy couch. So we're going to do a little movement in this one. So buckle up, buttercups. With me right now are 4 individuals who are here to talk about Porchfest. And I have to tell you, I am so excited about Porchfest. So please join me in welcoming Irina Rasputnis. You are the Porchfest organizer. You have a name that slays. It is the name of all names that people want. I expect you to write a best-selling novel or it to be next to Steven Spielberg's name, but welcome to Cityline.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. We have some people on the couch I'm going to introduce. The beautiful woman with the hat on here on the couch. Bibi Bordeaux, you are one of our Porchfest performers. Welcome to Cityline, my dear, that beautiful red hair. And with you is Emily Koo. Hello, Miss Emily. You are also a performer. And then last but not least, certainly is Mr. Nick Daniel. You're a performer and you are the Porch host, which I have a big affinity for. All of you, welcome to Cityline. So let's get started because this is such an amazing festival. What and when is Porchfest?
Tacoma Porchfest is July 20th from 1 to 6 p.m. And it is a music festival that takes place on people's porches. It's happening all throughout the central Tacoma neighborhood. We have over 60 porch hosts that are hosting over 200 bands.
Oh my God.
And to make it even more chaotic, there's a parade that goes through the neighborhood. And there's a street that we've designated as the Kids Street that will have activity tables for families to enjoy.
Oh my God, this is genius. This is like you woke up at 2:12 in the morning and went, Porchfest! I mean, porches are iconic. They are a touchstone of building communities. And nothing says, oh my goodness, here's part of the crowd from last year. Nothing says community like a porch and a porch parade. So how did it start?
Well, Porchfest is a festival concept that exists all over the country. It started in Ithaca, I think in the early 2000s.
Ithaca, New York, yeah.
Ithaca, New York. And Porchfest came to Tacoma in 2022 when we first did it here. When I moved to Tacoma and I moved to the central Tacoma neighborhood, I just happened to notice a really deep community feel.
Yes.
And also paired with beautiful porches.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was the perfect place for it. And then through the pandemic, my neighborhood in central Tacoma was one of the highlights of the Halloween candy shoot project. If you looked at that map, Central Tacoma was blowing up. So I knew that the neighborhood would be would welcome a similar type of festival.
So where do you find the musical talent for Porchfest?
Well, I don't have to look very far because especially coming out of the pandemic, musicians were eager to get back in front of their audiences. And so the first year we had 50 bands performing. It was such a great experience, and it spread through the music community by word of mouth.
Ah, well, there we go. And you being a good listener, got those people and put them on these porches. And now we have music ringing through our neighborhoods. Speaking of talent, do you mind if I go talk with those musicians over there? Okay, I'm going to see if I can walk on camera and not trip because, you know, it's bound to happen. Hello, comfy couch people. Nick,
yes, ma'am.
You are the Porchfest host. What's it like to be a host, and how do you make all those porches happen?
Well, I don't make the porches happen. They exist, and Irina puts it all together.
Oh, there we go.
What I do is, to me, my idea of being a porch host is I'm a facilitator of community engagement.
And very articulate.
When I can speak.
I do the same thing.
So I think of it like we already have a community.
Yes.
And it's just inviting them to engage each other.
Exactly.
And music is probably the perfect thing to do that with.
Absolutely. So, Emily and BB, my beautiful musical muses, how does Tacoma Porchfest compare to other gigs and festivals that you have performed at? And BB, why don't you go first?
I think it's the sense of community that it brings, because usually there's sort of a business transaction going on
Right.
where we're the performers and they're the crowd.
Right.
And now we have us all working together. It's the hosts, it's the musicians, it's the people that are coming, and of course the price is right. So, and we're all working together. We're all there for each other. So it's wonderful.
I love that. And Emily, what is different about Porchfest as opposed to you performing, let's say, at Schneebeck Hall on the PLU campus?
Well, there's always a little bit of a community aspect with the musicians that are playing at a specific venue. Sometimes you're coordinating gear share and all those kinds of things, but it's on a whole nother level with Porchfest. It's just, there's a very DIY feel about it.
Yes.
And everyone's just so excited, and you feel so accomplished after, you've figured it all out, and it's just a really wonderful vibe. Everyone's just there for each other, and they're so excited about it.
I mean, when I think about people that perform in auditoriums, in nightclubs, there's so much that goes into being on a stage with all kinds of audio and video and those types of things. But there's also that famous fourth wall that, Nick, you know about. But with Porchfest, you break that fourth wall. You look at people, you talk to people, you let the kids come up and sit on the porch and look at the banjo.
Very much.
It is the best way to experience music. Nick, what kind of music can we expect to hear at the festival?
Almost everything.
Okay.
Plus poetry. Plus, there's something else.
Wait, you have poetry?
Yeah, we have a whole porch dedicated to poetry. And Arena, what's the other one?
Stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy. Thank you,
Wait a
Arena.
minute. Boy, that caught me off guard in a beautiful way. Okay, so you have poetry, you have stand-up comedy, and now you have music.
Yeah.
I think we're missing dance in there someplace, but then it's going to turn into porch performances.
We're working on that.
You're working on that.
There's always next year.
That's right. Speaking of next year, I want to ask you over there, Miss Irina, as we're doing a little back and forth here with the cameras, who do we need to thank for all of this beautiful porch goodness?
Well, first and foremost, the community, the neighbors that make Porchfest happen, the volunteers that make it happen, the musicians. This year, we've expanded our reach. We've partnered with the Central Neighborhood Council, and they are actually hosting Porchfest. And we've partnered with the 6th Ave Business District and other community organizations throughout Tacoma. And I definitely don't want to forget mentioning our grant funders, Tacoma Venues and Events, and the Arts and Cultural Vitality Division.
Beautifully said, and I want to thank the four of you and all the people that you represent. This is such a beautiful gift that you have given Tacoma. What a better way to get to know your neighbors, and no, we can't turn the music down, don't even ask. But also, once you get to know them, then the magic begins of making these neighborhoods really communities. So thank you for unlocking the way to be a living room inside of a neighborhood. You guys are amazing. Thank you. That wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be in your home. We've given you some great things to think about in this past hour, so go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma is my home, yeah, Tacoma is my home. Well, you're from the east end, how you're from Green Bay, how you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Well, you're from the east end, how you're from Green Bay, how you're from Atlanta, but Tacoma's where you'll stay, yeah. Tacoma, that's my home. From the pines to the dawn, Tacoma, that's my home. steal the best hair. Tacoma, that's my home. From the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. Place I call my own. Tacoma, that's my home. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. From the pines to the dawn. Tacoma, that's my home. Yeah, Tacoma, that's my home. Tacoma, that's my home. The place I come.